The protomolecule was simultaneously an existential threat to the human species and its key to the galaxy. Fred Johnson and James Holden go from wanting to interrogate, incarcerate, and ultimately execute Dresden and his co-conspirators to seeing his utilitarian logic. Fred Johnson is so overwhelmed by Dresden's speech that he even states he might let Dresden continue his research as long as he names his co-conspirators. Dresden seems to relax, knowing that he has correctly communicated the emergency that the human species faces, which is abruptly ended by a gunshot from Miller. Miller then walks up to Dresden's corpse and puts a pair of rounds into his vital organs, guaranteeing he isn't coming back from a med bay. Miller didn't shoot Dresden because he didn't understand his reasoning. Miller shot him because he did understand his reasoning. Everything that had happened, the death of the Canterbury, the death of the Doniger, the deaths of Julie Mao and her OPA crew, the bioweapon being unleashed on Phoebe and then on Eros, had all happened because this shadowy cabal had justified their actions in the name of the human species and the greater good. Dresden had even referred to the slaughter on Eros as a rounding error in the history of human atrocity. Belters have been killed for generations using this logic, that the wealth of the belt, the poor conditions of its inhabitants, the material injustice is all necessary for the greater good of the species, and Miller just couldn't stomach it. Holden and Fred are infuriated by Miller making this choice unilaterally. For potentially dooming the human species in the name of revenge, Miller is persona non grata on both the Rocinante and Tycho Station.